Hi, guys. Welcome back. It's Thursday, and today we're going to talk about a party called the Populist Party. Now, when I say party, I'm not talking about a get together or anything like that. I'm talking about a political party, much like the Democratic and the Republican. In the 1800s, there was one other party called the Populist Party. And also, this is the beginning of a brand new unit called Imperialism and the Progressive Era. And this is the start of a new material for a test. All right, in the late 1800s, people were moving off of farms. Why? Why was that? Well, they could make better money in the city, especially with the rise of unions, and they could get a consistent paycheck every week instead of having to depend on the fickle nature of farming. But the American farmer still had to exist. Somebody still had to plant crops and grow things for us to eat. So many farmers felt like they were left behind by the Industrial Revolution. They knew there were factories and people were making money, and they felt left behind by all that. They were also upset about low agricultural prices. Food was very cheap, which is good for us, but terrible for the farmer. And they were mad about the robber barons overcharging for bank loans and train shipments. See, back then it was laissez-faire economics, so they could do whatever they wanted. So in response, two political parties began, the Farmers Alliance and the People's Party. Now, both these parties met in Meridian, Mississippi, about 3 hours from here, and formed a new party put together called the Populist Party, the Party for Farmers. So these are some of the things the party stood for. When you say things that parties stand for, it's called a platform. Number one, the unification of farm workers to fight big business. They wanted to create, just like the unions did, a group to fight for farm workers. Number two, the nationalization of the railroad. They wanted the government to buy the railroad so that things would be cheaper for them to ship. They also wanted to switch money away from the gold standard and have money based on silver. Now, that may not make much sense to us, but you see, silver was worth less than gold. So, if money was backed instead by silver, there would be more money in circulation and more money could get to the farmers. They also wanted the big banks to be regulated by the government so they couldn't overcharge them. And they also wanted graduated income tax. Graduated income tax is a system where the more you make, the more you pay in taxes. That's what we have now. The Populist Party was not only popular with farmers, it was created for farmers, but a lot of people in the labor unions also joined the Populist Party. And in the South, they even aligned themselves with the Republican Party sometimes. Between 1892 and 1901, the Populist Party elected a bunch of people to office. There were 10 Populist Party governors, dozens of congressmen, and a Populist Party candidate ran for president. He didn't win, but he got 8.5%. So what was the future of the party? The Democrats and the Republicans realized they had a big problem. They had this competition from this group called the Populist Party. So in 1896, the Democratic Party and the Populist Party merged to become one party. Now, the Democratic Party before this was kind of a racist party. They were the party of the KKK and Jim Crow laws and black codes, things to keep black people down. But when they merged with the Populist Party, some of that started to go away, and they started fighting for the little man, the labor unions, and the farmers. Be sure to complete the assignments in Canvas, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.